Hello, my friends, and yes, it's Corona time. Yeah, all right, I say that with some jest, but hey, hopefully all of you are taking this time to learn something new, something different. I certainly am. I think I'm going to start doing a series of episodes on all the things I'm doing new. Hopefully, this will inspire some of you all to get off your asses and get it done. I saw an incredible quote today, and it pretty much said, if at the end of this crisis, you have not accomplished any task, written that book, revamp your website, done something different, anything, then you can never use the excuse ever again in life that you never had the time. It's just that you never had the discipline. You got to have the discipline to get it done. With all that said, what we're going to be doing today, and what I've been starting to do for the last 2 days, is improving my product photography. Now, I'm primarily known as a fitness photographer. Now, that doesn't mean I can't shoot anything else. It just means that that's where I focus the majority of my business. So today, I'm going to take you through quick, and I don't want to get too boring. I want to keep each of these sessions under 11, 12 minutes so that you guys can then move on to your next clip, right? Because I know a lot of you are consuming a hell of a lot of YouTube and Netflix, etc. But I'm using this time to actually learn. I consume a lot of learning videos, and I have been just totally engrossed with Skillshare. It's just amazing how much you can learn from a lot of really good instructors in a very short period of time using Skillshare. I also use Udemy. I have courses on Udemy and I have a course on Skillshare. Two amazing platforms that I use, not only to make money, but to also learn new skills. And I would seriously encourage you guys to do the same. And I'm going to put a link below so you can get a discount with my code. So, listen, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just trying to explain to you that this is what I use. Sure, YouTube will give you tips and tricks and small clips, but Udemy and Skillshare will give you full courses on that topic that you're trying to learn. So you can literally become skilled on a particular topic in one video that probably costs you $10 US with $9.95, that sort of prices. So that's amazing. So with that said, come on, let's just get this done. So today I'm going to be shooting a bottle of gin, my wife's favorite gin. I'm going to put it on the stand and I'm going to shoot it. So let's show you how I'm going to do it. All coming from knowledge I learned on Skillshare. Okay. So this is how I'm going to do this. I have a camera over here. I'm going to turn, this is my little Osmo Pocket that I'm recording on. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to be recording on this. This is going to be set. This is my Sony a7 III with a 16 to 24 millimeter lens. The setup for the shoot, this is what we're going to be shooting today. Let me balance that there on the stand. Beautiful bottle. I love this bottle. There we go. And I'm going to be shooting it with my trusty AD200s. Got one here, and it's shooting up against this backdrop. This is a Savage, and pretty much a translucent piece of plastic. That it's excellent because it doesn't give you any creases, which is what I like. And I can use it not only as a backdrop, but I can also shoot through it as well. Whereby if I had a paper backdrop, for example, I wouldn't have that advantage. So That's one reason I like it. And that's it. I'm just going to use these two flashes, one in a soft box and the other one's hitting the translum in the backdrop. That's it. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it sweet, keep it simple. Hey buddy, this is Maxie. There we go. Look at the camera. There we go. Yeah. So that's my shooting buddy. It's hard keeping the kids and the wife. I'm shooting in my living room, and yeah, it's an adventure. So this is the only space I have to work with. So I can't get elaborate. I can't have a lot of lighting setups. So this is, you have to do with what you have, right? So, all right, let's get to it. And so primarily, I'm going to shoot the bottle with one light. That basically means that I have to do some compositing in Photoshop. The bottle is more long, just like the strip box, so it'll be able to put in the proper highlights down the edges. So now I'm going to switch over to the wide angle lens so that you guys can see. Here you go. Now, let the shooting begin. So I'm controlling the power of the light here from my little controller, my Godox controller. All right, let's wake these babies up. That's what we got. There we go. All right. So first shot, I'm going to put the strip box down the side of the bottle here. And I have the camera on a 10-second delay. So I press it, I move into position, and it strikes. And I will be showing you all of this work in the camera after in Photoshop. So don't worry, you'll see exactly what I'm doing. So that was a strip from one side. Make sure that I got my focus, everything is still tight. Trigger. Perfect. And now I'm going to hit the cork or the top of the bottle. See, one of the good things about using this strip box and keeping it portable, it's nice and small, right? Is that you don't get the harsh light coming straight from the flash. You get the nice soft box, and this is double. This has a double baffling inside, so you get double diffusion as well. I'm going to bring the light down a little further, stare, and get it a little higher. Good, so I can get flash going inside the bottle. So that's 4 exposures right there. This one I'm going to get from the back, just in case. I probably won't need that one, but I'm going to just get it just in case. So left, right, and then I'm going to get one from lower. Try not to hit the stand because I need to composite these images and they need to be perfectly in line. Good, there we go. And good. And yeah, this is called quick and dirty product photography. No, it isn't, but you'll see the end results. I've done this before. But yes, I'm a little rusty, but I think you'd like it. All right, so let's go to the computer. Okay guys, here we are in Photoshop. Now, just so you know, I've been a Photoshop user for over, gosh, almost 19 years now. So I know this baby inside and out, but I don't usually teach Photoshop. Remember, we did 4 or 5 different shots. I used Bridge, Camera Raw, and then into Photoshop. That is my workflow. So I did a series of shots, one with the green gel and one without the green gel. Let's collect the 4 images that we shot, and this is how I start. Go to Tools, go to Photoshop, and go Load Files into Photoshop Layer. Now I'm using two screens, so this is going to pop up on my second screen. So I got to record that second screen. So let's switch to the second screen. All right, here we are in Photoshop. Now, I have a confession. I am not that detailed of a guy when it comes to photography. I'm admitting it, you know, I mean, this is just one of my issues. I probably will get a little bit more patience as I get older, I'm hoping. But in reality, the type of details that are required for product photography, I just don't have that level of patience. I can give you what I call the quick and dirty. And what I'm talking about is it's amazing enough, but not polished to the point of where we're going into the fine art of product photography. See, I'm not a specialist in this field. I'm a specialist in fitness, yes. This is something you can definitely do at home, produce an incredible product, and your clients would be very happy with the results. So, with that said, let's get into this. I want to be able to pop this out and show you what we can ultimately produce. Ready? Let's do it. Okay, so we got 4 layers here. Go to Edit. Let me select all the layers. That's step 1. Go to Edit, go down to Auto Align Layers, and click on Auto, and click OK. Make sure that all the layers are completely aligned so that ultimately you don't have a lot of problems when it comes to compositing. So you see that little line at the top there, that is where we had some issues with alignment. All right, so that's done. Cool. All right, so let's turn off all the layers. And I look for the best layer, so what I call the base layer, and I put it on the bottom of the layer. So that's there. I like to then turn on the next layer and see where the light affects the bottle. So I kind of like this little reflection here. See that light little spot there? That's what I'm going to focus on. So let's just focus on that. So this is nice and easy. I'm going to zoom in on that area. And there we go. And I'm going to turn on I'm going to put a layer mask on that. So just hit that. All the layers are selected just there. Hit Option, and now it has a black mask. And now it's just showing the bottom layer. And I'm going to get my brush, nice soft white. Hit X on the key. And now I'm just going to brush in this area. Now this is not a Photoshop tutorial per se. Okay guys, so I am well versed in Photoshop. I've been using it practically every day in my life since then. So I'm technically a Photoshop professional. With that said, I tend to overlook a lot of details because I have not been teaching Photoshop. So you guys got to be careful that I'm going to miss out some details. All right, so there, let's turn that layer on and off. That's the only spot that I want in there, in the bottle. Let's turn on the next layer. All right, so you see this light down the side right here? This is the light that I want, or that highlight down the edge. That is the one I want to now composite into the shot. So I'm going to turn that layer on. I'm going to click on that layer. And I want to show you something different that will save a lot of time as well. I'm going to change the blend layer, the blending mode on that layer to lighten. Now what lighten does is it only takes the highlights from that particular layer that I have selected and make it visible. So all the dark areas it hides. So that's really cool. So let's turn that on and off. If you notice that the only thing that's highlighted on that layer is the lit areas. I don't have any layer mask on this, and those are the only areas that are showing on that layer. But there's a certain little pieces I don't want shown on this. I don't know about this highlight down the other side of the bottle. I'm going to see if it comes on the other. Yeah, it's too bright on the other layer. So I want to get rid of that little light coming down on the other side of the bottle. I just want to focus on this side where my hand is pointing to. All right, so that layer is unlightened, but I'm going to put a layer mask on it, and then I'm going to paint in black. Let's go X to switch to go to my brush tool, and I'm just going to brush away that little light on that side of the bottle. I just want to focus on the right side of the bottle. All right, let's go to the fourth layer, and now we're going to focus on this side, the left side of the bottle. Our left. We're looking at the left. We're going to just focus on that side. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that on lighten, and it will just highlight only the light areas. Anything that's lighter than the underlying layer will show through. So there it is, on and off. I don't like that light coming through on this edge of the bottles. I'm going to mask that light out. Same thing, put a mask on, paint with a black brush, and get rid of that line. So we got sort of a uniformed look on the bottle right there. Nicely done. And let's go back out, and pretty much we're done. There's nothing else to do besides that. The bottle is not straight, of course, but now we're going to go to the fine details on the bottles. Guys, that was quick, easy. In other words, this is something that you can definitely put into a portfolio. Reach the point in the tutorial where I can basically tell you and show you how to cut out an image, how to straighten a bottle, or I can assume that you know how to do this stuff. It's pretty simple. But let me know in the comments if this is something that you'd want me to actually start teaching, simply because I don't know my audience very well as yet. So I've cut the bottle out, and I've isolated on a separate layer. And now we're going to go from there, because I've also created a fake background, a digital background, and being able to put the bottle on that layer. So here we are. This is my background, and I literally just took a color from the bottle. So this is the bottle, and I just sampled. There's the color picker. Yep, just grab here, click that color from there, and then I went to the gradient layer and created this background with a radial gradient, which is this button right here. All right, simple. Created a fake background, put the bottle on it. So that's the bottle without it cut out. And now I'll turn on the layer mask where I cut it out, and that's what I get. Now, if you notice, there's a small little difference on this side. The bottle has a little bulge. It didn't have it on this side. So what I did was I copied this area over here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see this right here? That little area right there. If the bottle wasn't directly straight on line, you would get this problem on this side. Here. You won't see that little bulge. Copy this side and then paste it on this side. And that's the same thing I did at the top of the bottle here. The bottle has a little piece that was missing right there. Copy and paste it over here. And that's how you get away with little things in Photoshop. Yeah, there without it, there with it. So I just wanted to balance, make sure that the bottle was completely balanced. If a client had given you this bottle to photograph, everything has to be perfect. And you have to also make sure that the top of the bottle, the label, and all the details in sharp, so that you can zoom in and you can see the small details nice and sharp. There you go. So I thought this was a beautiful bottle. Cut it out, put it on a fake background, because the original background was kind of, I didn't like it. I never had the correct color. And then I just added a little fake reflection on the bottom, and there you go. This is the final product. And I think I did a pretty good job. What do you think? Let me know, because come on, that shoot only took me, that shoot took me approximately 1 hour, hour and a half. And I always tend to look at every single job that I do, how much per hour each job takes to accomplish. And when I'm shooting something like this, I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my time and giving great product for it. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to start doing some more Photoshop tutorials. This is my first one, so come on, give me a little break. But when I say first one, it's the first time I'm sort of really going through detail on camera with Photoshop, and especially with product photography. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching. This is my my COVID-19 project. This is giving me time to reflect on new business, new skills, and I encourage you guys to do the same thing. So I got a few other images that I've done, because my goal is to produce one image a day for me to produce a whole fresh portfolio by the end of this quarantine. So here's a few more coming up, and I'll see you guys in the next show. Cheers.